Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Poor Boy's Little Homestead. Today is January the 23rd, 2021. I've been waiting on this day for quite a while now. Right now, I'd like to introduce y'all to Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, Clarkson, John Legend, and Shakira. So stay with me, and y'all get to meet them. Well, I picked up a rabbit about 4:30, put them in a box and I set them on the floor. They begin to hop, and jackrabbit hop. Well, all my rabbits are doing jackrabbit hop. Well, I took them from the box and I put them in a pen, because this box won't hold them in again, and they begin to hop, jackrabbit hop. Well, all my rabbits are doing jackrabbit hop. This rabbit cage is mighty small, but it's better than any cage. It also hop it on over, move it on over. Move over, old rabbit, start a new rabbit's moving in. All my rabbits started playing around, started chasing each other round and round, doing the hop, jackrabbit hop. Move over, old rabbit, start a new rabbit's moving in. Got them rabbits in the pen. When I looked up, the chickens joined in, doing the hop, jackrabbit hop. All my chickens had started doing the hop. Heads went up, the heads went down. That's when they started to jumping around, doing the hop, jackrabbit hop. Well, all the chickens are doing a jackrabbit hop. Let's hop, let's hop, let's all do the hop, jackrabbit hop. All my animals were doing a jackrabbit hop. Let's hop, let's hop, jackrabbit hop, jackrabbit hop. Let's all get together and do the jackrabbit hop. Well, there you go. This little fella right there is Blake Shelton. This little pretty girl right here is Gwen Stefani. This pretty girl right here, Clarkson. Them are American blue rabbits. American blue rabbits was developed in Pasadena, California by Mr. Louis Salisbury in 1917. They was recognized by the American Rabbit Breed Association in 1917. These rabbits were bred for meat and fur. They have good temperaments and good mothering abilities. The bucks weigh from 9 to 11 pounds when they're full grown, and the does 10 to 12 pounds. They're supposed to produce large litters. They was originally known with the name of German Blue Vienna. I think I'm saying that right, Vienna. And they were renamed to the American Blues after the World War I. These rabbits was popular up until the 1950s for their fur and meat. In the 1950s, the fur market dropped out. And due to the popularity of the Californians and the New Zealanders, the American Blues became among the rarest of breeds of rabbits in North America. In 2005, they were added to American livestock breed. They were listed among the rarest on the critical category because people had quit raising them. And in 2012, they went from the critical list back to the less endangered list. When I was looking at rabbits to get rabbits, I want rabbits for meat, and I want rabbits that had a history. And the American Blues and the Silver Fox kind of had the same history behind them. The Silver Fox was bred for meat and fur, and when the fur market dropped, they went on the critical list of being endangered. But the American Blues and the Silver Fox, it was hard for me to find in this parts where I live because they're so rare. But the American Blues and the Silver Fox was the two breeds that I was wanting, and it was hard for me to find them. And I thought I was going to have to drive quite a few miles if I wanted one of them two breeds. And lo and behold, there was a man lived within 10 miles of me. This is what he raised, American Blues. Now these are full breed, he says, but he didn't do the paperwork on them. And I don't really worry about paperwork, but I do like the history on them. I'm going to attach some pictures of the mom and dad. As you can see, the Blake there, he's smaller than the does, but he had 2 litters of them from 2 different does. And every buck out of them 2 litters was all smaller than the does. But their dad now, he ain't small. He's just as big as the doe. He's probably an 11-pound rabbit. They cute, bluish gray color. Now the American Blues, or the Americans, you can get Americans in white and Americans in black. But they're not as popular or as wanted as the Blues, and that's what I wanted, was the Blues. So there is Blake, Gwen, and Kelly. You might say I got the voice going on out here in my little rabbitry and chicken and duck area. So now let's go over there and let y'all meet Mr. John Legend and Shakira. Now, Mr. John Legend and Shakira are blue Swedish Ducks. As you can see, they ain't but about 5 weeks old, so they just now losing their pin feathers and getting their feathers, so they ain't all pretty at this time. But they gonna get pretty. We're gonna get them slicked up, pretty little ducks. So the blue Swedish duck is a Swedish breed of the domestic duck. Emerged in the 19th century. Imported to North America in 1884. And when they're grown, they'll weigh between 6.5 and 8 pounds. The Drake's head, they get kind of a dark blue with a greenish bill. Their meat's supposed to be well flavored for duck meat. As far as the egg laying, it's between 100 and 150 eggs a year. And they lay white, green, or blue eggs. They're supposed to be calm temperament. But this ain't a duck. If I was just choosing a duck, I would have probably went with just a green-head mallard, just to have out here. But my neighbor, his wife had bought these ducks and was raising them, or had hers raised, and they had eggs, so she was just playing around and hatched some of the eggs in her incubator. And she had 5 of these little ducks. And this past week with the harsh weather and the ice storms, even though they had them a light on them, 3 of them didn't make it. And he had already asked me that I want any ducks, that he had 5 ducks he needed to get rid of. So after the ice storm, I seen him again, and I just went and got these 2 little fellas and brought them over here. And I just got them in this small pen right now until they get past the cold weather and all the feathers, and then we're gonna put them in a bigger pen of their own. I can't let nothing run free range out here, 'cause they won't last no time. The coyotes and bobcats. But that is John and Miss Shakira. John's right there on the right, just stood up. Shakira's right there up against there with the back. There you go, good John. Where you going? It's all right. It's all right. They ain't never been handled or nothing, so they real skittish. Their mom and dad, they real pretty. That bluish color, grayish bluish color and white, whenever they get all their feathers, they real pretty ducks. But I just got them in one of my rabbit pens slash tractors here, and got it set up with got a light and a little bed. If it turns cold, then I have to do something else different, because I got to get my lights on my little rabbits in. Get one more look at these pretty little rabbits, and they're just, there's old Blake and Gwen hanging over here to herself. Make Kelly get up there by herself. Wait a minute, no. Got Blake and Kelly over here hanging out. Gwen's up there by herself. Gwen gonna get jealous of you, Kelly. Over there hanging out with Blake. She's over here hanging out by herself. Yeah. And the pretty little rabbits. Guys, I almost forgot. Since I got the voice going on out here, and I have one rooster. So guess what his name's gonna be? That's gonna be Carson. He's the host of the show out here. Now all the chickens, I ain't gonna try to keep them separated with names. So the rooster's name's Carson. The blue Swedish Ducks is John Legend and Shakira. And the 3 rabbits is Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and Kelly Clarkson. Yes, sir. I don't think a man could come up with any better people to name the rabbits after. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the little rabbit video, and maybe you learned a little bit of the history about the American blues. You can Google it and look it up. If you're interested in getting any rabbits, whether you want them for meat rabbits or just pet rabbits or whatever, look at keeping the history going. Look at the American blue rabbits and the silver fox rabbits, and it may be a couple more out there that has the same background, but I just want something to keep the history going and not let them die off of existence. So anyways, thanks for watching. God bless and have a great day. Bill picked up a rabbit by the 4:30, put them in a box and set them on the floor, and they began to hop, and jackrabbit hop. Well, all my rabbits are doing jackrabbit hop. Bill took her from the box and fox won't hold them in again, and they begin to hop. Jackrabbit hop. Well, all my rabbits are doing jackrabbit hop. This Jerry cage is mighty small, but it's better than any cage. It also hop it on over, move it on over. Move over, old rabbit's got a new rabbit's moving in. All my rabbits started playing around, started chasing each other round and round, doing the hop, jackrabbit hop. Move over, old rabbit's got a new rabbit's moving in. Got them rabbits in the pen. When I looked up, the chickens joined in, doing the hop, jackrabbit hop. All my chickens had started doing the hop. Heads went up, the heads went down. That's when they started to jumping around, doing the hop, jackrabbit hop. Well, all the chickens are doing a jackrabbit hop. Let's hop, let's hop, all do the hop, jackrabbit hop. All my animals were doing a jackrabbit hop. Let's hop, let's hop, jackrabbit hop, jackrabbit hop. Let's all get